to my channel, Lene's World, and you already know what this review is just from the title. We are reviewing Abbott Elementary, Season 2, Episode 17. The episode we've all been dying for because we're trying to see the aftermath of Janine and Gregory's damn awkward kiss that they gave us, okay? So, off top, the episode starts with Jacob because normally I could care less about these little beginning scenes with the kids and whatnot. I love the kids, love the kids, but look, I'm trying to get to this kiss and whatnot. But this opening scene plays a crucial part to the episode because it's open with Jacob in his classroom talking to his kids, and they have learned to love some new show. Some type of damn sock show. Something that only young kids, this new age kids would even find remotely entertaining. But apparently these this sock show with these are like talking socks and they have their own spoken language. Okay. And so it's a language that literally only the people that watch the show get it. Jacob don't know what the hell going on. He's looking crazy as hell. The kids talking about him in this damn sock language. Okay. So he's talking about this, he's trying to tell them about this mural art thing that they have going on. It's this artist that comes to the schools, whatever, and paints a mural on the wall or whatnot, inspired by the kids. The kids have to come up with a idea, a design that represents them. Okay, at that moment, that's the whole thing. You know, these damn kids give two damns about this, so they joking and blah, blah, blah. Okay, cut scene. Let's move around. We're going to make all this come together, okay? So, I'm only going over what is in the top of my head right now. So, next, let's get into Barb and Melissa. Okay, so, you know, they're on the case and spread the gadget about the whole Abbott being turned into the damn charter school, right? So Melissa comes at the Barb. She's like, yeah, so I did some more investigation to that, what I told you last episode about the school being turned into a charter school by Legendary, and it's true. And apparently it was started by some parents inquiring about the charter school mess, about wanting to turn into a charter school, okay? So so they was like, it's a hotline we can call to get more info about the transition, about what's going on and whatnot. So these two sitting up here trying to figure out who gonna call with these fake ass accent and putting on this shit. So we say Barb gonna do it. Barb puts on her best Jamaican accent, calls in, get the info. Okay, let's go. Okay. And also we learned more about why we don't want the charter school thing to take over Abbott. Okay, because they were talking to Ava, because Ava, you know, back in the break room, it's like a whole different scene. But they were talking about the reason why we don't want it, and they were like, yeah, number one, I agree fully, because anybody that knows me know I went to school to be a teacher, so of course that's my whole thing. So they said with a charter school, which I didn't know because I didn't want to work for a charter school, but they said that you have to go by their lesson plan. Like they literally write your lesson plans and you have to go by that. Like you can't deviate, you can't make up your own shit. If you have a field trip you want to plan, you're probably going to get it denied because it has to get approved by the higher ups in the charter school. That alone is not a go for me, number one. And with a charter school, they don't care about the kids for real. It's only your business. It's all about numbers. So if your kid falls below the cap that we have set, oh, they got to go. You be like, damn, it's like mid goddamn school year. They got to go. So that's just like only a couple things that charter school that we don't want. Okay, so they're really adamant about this is not the right move for us. Okay, so let's skip. Let's move on forward. Let's get to Janine and Greg, because that's really who I care about the most in this episode. Okay, so the first scene with them is they have the assembly. Not teacher assembly, but the student assembly or whatever. And this is actually when Greg is talking to the whole school now about the mural versus his class. He already spoke to the class for the episode. I mean, not for episode, but the beginning of the episode. Okay, so now he has the whole school assembly. So he's talking about the whole mural. He brings the guy on stage that's supposed to be actually coming up with the mural and drawing it on the actual wall and whatnot. So Janine comes in and she asks Gregory if anybody's sitting in the seat beside him, which happens to be empty. So of course it's awkward as hell for what? But yeah, so they make some awkward little joke. Yeah, no, it can be, but I mean by you, if you want to sit down, like sit the hell down. So Ava's like, Janine, sit the hell down, like I just said. And so Janine sits the hell down. So that was like the first awkward encounter by them. So the next thing involving Janine and Greg, but more so Janine, is when apparently, I don't think we ever saw this friend or this teacher friend, but she comes into Janine's classroom and she's pretty much talking about, she's like, damn, like, she was like, he's teacher beside you in the next room and all that and blah, blah, blah. And so Janine's talking about somehow she feels so bad and how she wants to tell her boyfriend, Mo, aka Maurice, that she kissed Gregory. Because, of course, Maurice is also Gregory's friend. So, of course, it's too much going on. It's way too much going on. So, but also outside of the kiss, Janine is like, even if I hadn't kissed Gregory, I was going to break up with him because there's no chemistry. It's just something not there. And so her friend was like, I think her friend name was Erica. Her friend was like, so why in the hell must you tell him about this kiss then? Like, you don't owe him nothing. You ain't married to him. Like, what the hell you talking about some telling him this shit for? Like, that shit can be not even told. I don't even think y'all even goddamn, he ain't even bent you over, sis. So you feel guilty to tell him that you kissed not even a full-blown tongue kiss, but a goddamn peck, Gregory? Girl, move around. So I'm with Erica. I'm like, right. I said, you can break up with him, but like, we ain't telling that man all that shit for what? So, okay, Janine's agreed. She's okay. That makes sense. I'm like, boom, bam. So then, fast forward, Gregory knocks his ass on the goddamn wall, though. He knocks on the wall to Janine, and she comes out, and she's like, yeah, what's up? And then, of course, because y'all two peas in the goddamn pod, he says that he feels bad as well, and that he wants to tell Maurice. I'm like, right, because that's the kind of N-word you are. Perfect. We love it. Okay, so Janine's like, she's like, yeah, I was talking to Erica. Erica said, what the hell tell him for? So, of course, Gregory was like, because I feel bad, and, like, he's my friend, and, like, I don't want that on my conscience. So he feels like it's only right that I tell him. I'm like, why in the hell would it only be right if you told him? Like, no, stupid. I'm going to tell him, and then whatever happens with y'all two. But, like, that don't even sound right for me to break up with him, and then you come behind me and tell that nigga that, yeah. So... yeah, so, by the way, me and Janine kiss. No, I'll tell him first. So, but no, these two fools come up with a plan we both go meet him tonight at the restaurant. And we're going to tell him together. Oh, shoot. Speaking of restaurant, my bad, y'all. I have got to mention this damn bone session. Whatever the hell this damn name of this damn restaurant that they were talking about. I gotta find a name. What the hell they said? Hold on, y'all. Yes, damn Bone Town. Yeah, so yeah, that's so damn stupid because let's back it up a little bit. Let me not back it up because I am confused now. I'm about to confuse the hell out y'all, but fuck it. Yes. So after Janine talks to old girl about the goddamn, Gregory and not telling him, and not telling Maurice and whatnot, Maurice actually bring his ass there. Okay. And then in the midst of him there, he brought home some lunch, and then he was like, you want to go out tonight? And then he was like, I want to take you to Bone Town. And then Janine's like, what? And then he's like, bitch, the restaurant, Bone Town, whole barbecue, the fuck finger looking good. She's like, oh, Bone Town, right? So that, okay, a funny gag. So let's fast forward back to Janine talking to Greg. And so Greg was like, so Janine was talking to Greg about telling Maurice about the shit. And so he wanted to go with her tonight to Bone Town to tell her. But in the midst of her telling him about Bone Town, she was just saying that I want to take Maurice to Bone Town, and he's like, whoa, what the fuck you mean take him to Bone Town? But in his head, he kept it cool. It was like, okay, like, why you telling me you gonna F him first and then tell him that you done with him? So then so they talking still. She's talking about I just want to go ahead and get this over with. If I do want to get it over with, I want to be my face wet or some shit. But really, she's talking about like the barbecue. Like if I'm gonna have to go through this shit, I might as well go ahead and get me a meal out of it and blah blah blah. So eventually, he was like, "Oh, you talking about the goddamn barbecue place, Bone Town?" Oh, okay. So that was like a nice little gag, a little PG gag in there for us there. So yeah, these fools end up going. Sitting in these damn booths at this restaurant, and they're sitting beside each other, and both of them are facing Maurice, and they tell him, Janine just bust out and just says it because of course she can't do anything right. So they tell him, and he takes it pretty well initially because he's like, okay, well, you say you kissed them and y'all kissed, it didn't mean anything, blah blah blah. He said, okay, so yeah, me and you can still date, like we still good, yeah, move around, we good. And then she's like, yeah, so outside of me ever kissing him, I was gonna still like tell you like this wasn't gonna work. So with that being said, it's okay, y'all can dismiss y'all-self because I'm gonna stay here and eat, but like I'm done looking at y'all. So yeah, dismiss them, and so boom bam, that's it. So yeah, that's pretty much how Janine and Greg shit ends this episode. I hope now that we have that done, we can, but I know workplace romance is a big no. Who cares? People been doing it since day one. Get over it. No one cares. So hopefully we'll get a more in-depth storyline of the love between those two, because of course we all want that. They're like perfect for each other. Two lames in a damn tree sitting there. KISS. But yeah, anyway, so back to this damn mural that Jacob just can't seem to get over. So the kid's coming with the goddamn sock mural. He hates it. He says, what the hell y'all doing? Because he feels like 10 years from now, you guys are not 10 years, she's y'all elementary school. 25 years from now, from then, you guys are going to look back and be like, this is what the fuck we came up with. And it's like, okay, they're kids now. So like, it represents them now in this phase in their life. So he's going off of what the hell Janine said, because Janine said when she was in her school, they had to do a mirror too, and that when she came back to look at it later on, she never forgot it. But he mistook that meaning like it had some deep meaning. And she said, no, when I said I couldn't never forget it, like when I see it, I think I look at it, I'm like, wow, because like it was a goddamn SpongeBob with a do-rag on. And it just shows that, right, it's kids. Like, let these kids be kids. Like, who gives a damn? Like, sit down. So, eventually they come up with the goddamn mural that fits Jacob's standards and also the kids. So they still have the sock show people on there, but also each towel, each kid got to pick out a towel and make that towel represent them. Like, for instance, I think one little girl said that her towel represented her as an adult. I think she's gonna be like, the first female astronaut pilot or something like that. So each child pretty much got to show like, or let us know like what they wanted to be when they grow up. Okay, so that was I said, okay, a little meaning behind it, let's go. And then finally, the last thing I want to discuss is the Barb and Melissa and back to the charter school storyline. This episode was like, definitely had like 3 storylines in one. I loved it. But yeah, so Barb and Melissa, they pretty much had a breakthrough. At the end of the day, a mom came in because she had took her son out of the school to enroll him into the charter school up the street, right? But unfortunately, just now, midway through the semester, like I said, they told her that her son pretty much had to be kicked out because he didn't meet the requirements, aka the test scores. He brought their test scores down, so he had to get the hell out. So she came back to Abbott Elementary, and she was saying, can I still bring my son back? Like, I know I took him out, but like, he would, like, outside of charter school shit, like, he really prefers to be here anyway. And so that meant a lot to them, because it was like, okay, we're going to be good, because these parents, all we need is one parent that's going to go and spread like wildfire to be like, this charter school shit, even though some parents was for it, it's going to be definitely a lot. It's going to be like, okay, no, it's not going to be it for all of our kids. We don't want this goddamn robotic ass lesson plan and robotic ass fake don't care about the kids as school. No, we don't need it. So yeah, that was cute. So with that being said, I think I pretty much covered everything in this episode of Abbott Elementary. Like I always say, thank you guys for supporting my page and getting this far. And of course, I want to hear what you guys think about this episode. Were you ecstatic about what happened with Janine and Greg, or with Janine, or whatever, Jacob, Melissa, whoever, Ava, let's go. Please comment down below. Let me know. I love you guys when you guys engage and leave comments, because it makes my day. So with that being said, guys, I will talk to you guys later, and you guys have a good night. Bye.